Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. What authorization does he have to say that? I wonder. Interesting. What authorization do they have to say to people, you're not coming this way? Because all they have to do is wait until this has gone. Alright guys, so we're in Manchester, it's Saturday, what date is it? 22nd of February. And that's the Hare Krishna lot. And it's really busy.
When we die, we go back into eternity.
And I don't know what he's talking about eternity about.
Yes, our body, our flesh, the body goes to the grave when we die, but our soul and our spirit, the things that make you.
I have no idea what he's promoting there. I don't know whether it's Islamic, whether it's Jewish, or whether it's Christian. I'm out here today with Marty Blackburn, News Now Yorkshire and Street Hawk, and we're heading off down to a Pro-Palestine march, and then later on in the afternoon, a UKIP march.
Free, free! Free, free! We will honor all our martyrs! All the children, sons and daughters! We will honor all our martyrs! All the parents, mothers, fathers! Glory to all the martyrs! Glory to the Palestinian resistance! After the last...
It's amazing how you can get a load of secularists to pray, really, isn't it?
Completely eradicate the resistance in Gaza, it's failed.
You give them a cause,
So much of the population there.
and then you have somebody...
But it's failed. And we have a ceasefire.
Then you have somebody just read out a prayer
The truth is spilled out
to them and have them repeat it, just like in church.
All free people of the world know this. And we all owe a debt to Gaza. We must continue to come out and take action and make sacrifices to repay this debt. After the ceasefire victory, we are seeing Zionism desperately trying to grasp hold of the narrative by claiming ceasefire violations by the resistance while constantly violating it themselves, having killed over 100 Palestinians in Gaza since the ceasefire. We have also seen Netanyahu's flagrant attempt to claim victimhood while the bodies of the Israeli captives being released this week as part of the agreement. But the truth of the matter is plain for all to see. The Zionist occupation was so intent on genocide and destruction in Gaza that it had no reservations in killing its own, while it murdered tens of thousands of Gazans. The contradictions and lies of Zionism are stark compared to the truth that runs in the blood of every Palestinian martyr. And with every prisoner released in the exchange, this truth is revealed further in their stories and in the joy and the pain on their faces. Israel continues to threaten and attack prisoner release celebrations because it is threatened by these celebrations. Just this morning, the IOF again raided homes of prisoners about to be released, threatening their families. The occupation does this because, against the Zionist entity's best attempts to keep these political prisoners in darkness, they have been freed by the strength of the resistance, both inside and outside the prison walls. I encourage everyone to read as much as you can about the prisoners being released, as you will find countless unique stories of resistance. Here are just two that potentially will be released today. We await the release of Ammar al-Zaban, who was the first Palestinian political prisoner to smuggle his sperm out of prison. This led to the birth of his son in 2012, despite his incarceration since 1998, and pioneered this prison resistance tactic that has helped birth the next generation of Palestinians. After Israel refused to release him in a previous prison exchange, the Palestinian resistance has finally forced their hand, and he will surely be released soon. We also await the release of Nail Baghouti from Kobar near Ramallah, the longest held Palestinian political prisoner, who is currently in his 45th year in prison.
Go and have a look around.
He is renowned amongst prisoners for his passion for
here.
reading and deep knowledge of Palestinian resistance history.
See how big it
Through his
is.
time in prison, he has learned both English and Hebrew and shared his extensive knowledge with fellow prisoners.
Got news now, Yorkshire over with the guys in blue.
1977, and after being released on prison exchange in 2011, he was arrested again. I would like
And
to
there's a lot of
end
flags.
with a quote by him. He says, "I have seen the prison gate replaced twice."
And we've got the
during
band
captivity.
here. They'll give it some noise and some fun,
But our spirits
I guess.
never did. In these words we see, the prison wall, the apartheid wall, and the Zionist state will never outlive the will of the oppressed to resist. And so Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea.
And we've got some more police here.
From the river to the sea.
And more here. Evidence gatherers.
To the river. From the sea to the river. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free.
Thank you so much. And let's have a big round of applause for all the speakers today. And let's have an extra round of applause for our last guest speaker, who has arrived on Palestinian time. My apologies for that little quip, but I'm sure everyone is going to give a very big round of applause to Palestinian from Gaza, making her way to the front now, bang on cue, to take the microphone from me. Thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm from Gaza. I'm from Palestine. I have lived in Gaza, my family still lives in Gaza, my family have always lived in Gaza, and we will continue to always live in Gaza. It's not just the land that we fight for, it's our home. It's the windows to our memories, the ground made up of our family and rubble. We don't fight for what we can gain. We fight for what we have lost, for who we are. Palestinians have their feet rooted deep into the ground, and they will not move for anyone's plan except Allah's. We will not bow to oppression. We will not abandon our homes. We will not abandon our homes that we have worked so hard to look after. We built those homes with our own hands, tilled that land with our own sweats. For generation upon generation, we did not cheat or steal. We legally, rightfully have ownership for what is ours, and no one can change that, no matter how many lies are plugged into the ears of the people. My cousin, his name was CM, was the oldest of 6 children. He was in the middle of his computer science degree, and he lived in Khan Yunis, where his house was bombed in 2014. Though the house was only repaired in the few years before this war, he planted and nurtured a new garden. It was filled with trees that little kids would play hide and seek in. The grass was emerald green, and the outdoor tables were sheltered and decorated with fairy lights. He designed and cared for it so the flowers bloomed and it became a more beautiful version of what was destroyed. Before he was murdered, this beautiful garden was bombed and turned to brown flat mud. Not even a branch or a plant remains. Israel brought bulldozers and blasted the land into unrecognizable ground, leaving not a single trace of life left. When you look through the window of his house, all his hard work was erased. And before that, his cousin was killed. And before that, his mom was killed. And before that, his brother since the genocide began, and still, Israel wants more death and destruction. Palestinians made Gaza beautiful, but the whole world did know Gaza shone under the suffocation of the Israeli siege and occupation. The cycle of build and destroy has not ended. Our demands have not changed. We just want to go home, to sleep in our own beds, to live with our families, in our homes, on our land. We have not resisted and fought and endured only to be told by people who live in mansions to move to the desert. These are people's lives. Every family is built. Houses take years to build. Families take years, take time and effort to come together. A living takes hard work to make. And education takes time to learn. There are millions of Palestinians in the refugee camps of Gaza, Lebanon, Libya, Syria, Jordan, whose lives have been on hold since 1948, where they sit in camps, stateless, impoverished, while the thieves of their land are sitting in their homes, patrolling their towns, and continuously destroying our lives. 75 years, murder, torture, imprisonment. The children have lost their families, the parents who have lost their kids. 2 million people have lost their lives. We are not leaving. We will not leave. Even if the whole world is against us, we know what is right and what is wrong. We know what is ours and what is not. Allah is sufficient for us. I am from Palestine. I am not from anywhere else. So if you don't like it, go elsewhere. We will continue to endure every difficult situation in Gaza, and we will endure the tiredness and continue to show up, speak, fight, and resist until we return.
Thank you so much. That was certainly worth the slight wait. And this is why we are here. This is why we march. This is why we protest. This is why we take the action we do. So give that big round of applause to the Palestinians who are here, the Palestinians around the world, the Palestinians in Gaza, the Palestinians in the West Bank. Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Now next week, Saturday, 12 o'clock, we will be in Piccadilly Gardens. We will be observing, analysing and deciding what action we will need to take on the day that this so-called first phase of the ceasefire finishes, March the 1st. So next Saturday, 12 o'clock, Piccadilly Gardens. But watch out on any announcement for any other actions that are going to take place during this week, the local weekly vigils, the actions that are going to take place against anyone complicit with Israel in Manchester. And today we will march to two of those targets, BNY, the bank and booking.com. And we will, please, everyone, continue to take care. We have held these marches every week for 72 weeks, and we have looked after ourselves. And we have had tremendous stewarding from particularly the Youth Front for Palestine. So let us again give that a round of applause. And please everyone, look to those stewards, many of them with the yellow bibs. Look to those stewards. Do not respond to any provocation. There are other people wandering around Manchester today, and there are possibilities that we may find ourselves in the, not the company of, nearby some of these people. So please, let a steward know if you see any problem. Do not respond to any provocation. Keep yourself safe and keep everybody else around you safe, as we have done. And I want to say a very big thank you on behalf of everyone who's been involved in putting these marches together, because you have done that week after week. You have taken care. You've looked after yourselves and others. And I think everybody give yourselves a round of applause for that way in which we have said we will march and we will protest, and we don't need anyone else to tell us how to do that, because we're Manchester. So everybody, if you would like to point in that direction, the banner and the drummers are over there pointing down Deansgate. We will be going in that direction down to booking.com at the far end. And make sure that you make some noise as we go along. Free, free!
And the police are all moving off further up so that they can get a total overview of everything that's going on here. And if I was to guess, I'd say there's about 300 here, which is larger than the Leeds one, which is usually around about 150 nowadays. And I think Street Hawk, is this the road that the Quran burner got caught on? It is, yes. So he'd run over from behind there, along here, up here, and Street Hawk caught it all. So if anybody's interested in actually seeing it, go to Street Hawk's channel, and you will find the whole video of the guy burning the Quran and walking off pretty fast and then getting caught by the police and arrested. This is quite a professional operation here with the musicians. It's clear that they undertake training throughout the week. You've got a conductor there in brown with the whistle.
occupation now.
End the occupation now.
I don't know, I can't remember the last time that Israel actually bombed Gaza. I'm not sure. I know there's a ceasefire going on,
Justice, you say how?
which means there isn't any bombing going on in Gaza. So some of them should really be updating their banners.
Bombing Israel now. You want justice, you say how?
It's called freedom of speech, my dear. Freedom of speech. You can't do anything about it.
Shut it down!
The bit I find interesting
Shut it down!
is that there's a lot of people just in the street
Shut it down!
who demand, why don't you stop them from doing this? And it's free speech. I mean, and it's like, hang on, you're British, you've been brought up here. How do you not understand free speech?
They can't catch up with us. We're being
We won't stop till the end of occupation. We won't stop till the end of occupation. We won't stop till the end of occupation. We won't stop till the end of
I don't know what the word occupation means. Okay. Excuse me. Do you mind saying a couple of words? I've just got a question about the word occupation. No? They've been well drilled, I'll tell you that. It's about one of the chants. I'm not putting you on camera, okay? It's the chant that says, "We'll be here until the end of occupation."
Yeah.
It's the word occupation. What does that relate to?
So it means literally the occupation of Palestinian land.
The occupation of Palestinian land.
Yeah, it means the occupation.
Is that it? Yeah, she's just been told no free speech, not allowed to talk. So it's the end of the occupation of Palestinian lands, apparently. This lot have been really well drilled. Nobody wants to speak at all. So if I was to interpret the end of the occupation of Palestinian lands, they're talking about from the river to the sea. So in other words, this will never stop according to them, because Israel ain't going anywhere. Israel is a country that is recognized by everyone else. Israel is a country that is recognized by Hamas. It's in their constitution. Otherwise it wouldn't say they wanted to annihilate Israel and remove it from the map. So it does exist on the map. And I don't think they really know what they're doing. They don't know which direction to go in. They've stopped. They're having a discussion. And they're acting like police officers. Traffic police. The police are letting them. Not sure the police car is happy with that.
It's justified when people are occupied. It's justified when people are occupied. It's justified when people are occupied. It's justified when people are occupied.
Let's see if someone else will have a word. Oh yeah, can I ask a question? Can I ask you a question? Was that no? Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Yeah, she didn't want to. It's astonishing. I've got 1 out of 5, I think, so far. Until she was told not to speak to me anymore. Maybe this guy will have a little chat. Maybe. We shall see if he gives me something. I'll take this on condition you answer a question. The question is about the word occupation, when they say we're going to be here until the end of occupation.
Yeah.
What does occupation mean? Is it Gaza?
No.
What is it?
Palestine.
And Palestine being from the river to the sea?
Yes.
Okay, so you're never leaving, you're staying forever?
They're there already. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I finally got somebody to tell me. He was very clear, he was very insistent. He clearly knew exactly what occupation meant. And these people are going to be here until Israel is extinguished, until Israel is no more, until there is no nation of Israel. You got a problem, buddy? Nice flat cap, wow, I like that. Yorkshire boys. Apologies. I dropped my leaflet that I was given. What does it say? Booking.com promotes Israeli settlements. No tourism on stolen land. and they're heading off to booking.com. Palestinians across occupied Palestine have been subjected to blah 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 blah. Relentless Israeli settler colonial oppression. Well, once they've got rid of Israel, and they won't have to do these marches anymore, it'll all be sorted, won't it? So yeah, they're going out there looking for any organisation whatsoever, any organisation at all that has any international trade activity relating to Palestinian land that is not under the jurisdiction of Palestinian law, like Hamas, like fundamentalist Islam. There's about 300 of them, and they're going to be doing this in Manchester forever.
Goes up to BNY men and officers. He writes a spreadsheet in the morning, he comes out, has a bit of lunch, he goes back in, makes a presentation for his BNY Mellon bosses, and he goes back home. And he repeats that day.
What is this woman talking about?
Day. This man, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call a murderer. Now you may have noticed that for the day, we have shut down BNY Mellon.
And so, I'm not talking to anyone inside here. I'm talking to all of you.
Because as BNY Mellon branches into Manchester in a move that our mayor Andy Barnum has called a great move for Manchester's economy, they will need workers, they will need employees. And I know it's hard logging into Indeed and seeing that job that pays so well, seeing that job that has everything to do with your degree. But just remember that once you are hired by BNY Mellon, you are hired by a company of murderers, and you yourself
a company of murderers.
A murderer.
BNY
Mellon have for years invested in their partners, Elbit Systems. Let me tell you about Elbit Systems' credentials. The largest arms manufacturer in Israel. Elbit Systems does not have cutting-edge technology in its name, no. It has over 40,000.
The number of philosophical, logical fallacies that have just been said is unbelievable.
And that's the number we know. The number realistically is in its hundreds of thousands. It has
It's all right, buddy. You can cover my head with your flag anytime.
And again, That's the number we know. The number, realistically, could be in the hundreds of thousands. It has thousands of incarcerated Palestinian political prisoners behind bars only for the reason of resisting, only for the reason of being Palestinian. Those are the credentials of Alfred Systems, BNY Mellon's friends, their partners, the company that BNY Mellon has invested over £10 million on. We come up here every week, but
I really don't know what they're trying to say here. Other than there's some company called BNY, and they don't like them because I think they're a banking corporation, and I think that they're saying they're connected to Elbit, or they give loans to Elbit. So it looks like maybe BNY Mellon, I don't know. Maybe they've moved away from Barclays or something. I haven't got a clue. Maybe they're bored of Barclays, or they've been caught too many times smashing Barclays up and chucking red paint all over it. But there's not a lot of interesting stuff coming out of her mouth. She's basically saying she just made up. Oh, this guy gets up in the morning, wanders in, sits at his desk, and does a spreadsheet, and then fucking goes for some lunch, comes back, does a presentation, and then fucks off. Now then, Palestine action. And I have no idea what she's saying, other than, and because he does that, he's a murderer. Because of who he works for. Okay. Okay.
What you are doing is watching people who have had everything taken away from them. Watching them begin to rebuild their lives, and resilience, and saying,
they do have quite a bit of money behind them though, this lot. They've got the guy there is getting a good view of us. He refused to speak. Refused to speak, but he wanted to get a good set of photos and video. Maybe he'd like to have a chat. Maybe. Probably not though. Turn around, turn around, turn around, turn around. What authorization does he have to say that? I wonder. Interesting. What authorization do they have to say to people, you're not coming this way? Because all they have to do is wait until this has gone. So what authorization do they have? As he shouts blah 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 at me. Decided to go a different way. kids at the front have the authority to prevent cars from going,
they're making the
other than
decision.
just letting them know?
Yeah, they're making the decision on that. Whereas the police not getting involved, we're here to facilitate.
What authority do they have to make that decision?
They have decided. They have got the basically they've decided to march. They may have sent paperwork in to say that they are stewards. So they have responsibility as well. Though if somebody gets knocked over.
Yeah, there's responsibility. Yeah, but do they have authority to tell cars to actually turn round?
They have traffic that are also telling them as well, so something that have to check.
Yeah, I mean...
They're letting them carry on peaceful protests, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, and peaceful car drivers would just wait until they'd gone past, no? I don't think he really understood what I was talking about. When they're out of the way, you'll be able to go. Oh, it seems clear now. Those stewards should get out the fucking way. Let the cars go now. Get out of the road. And the police goes, we just let them get on with it. They don't have the fucking right to tell people, no, turn around, go the other way. They don't need to go the other way, they can wait to go the way that they were going to go. They seem to think that by organising a march, they have the right to control the traffic. Now I know the traffic can't go up there if they're marching, and the traffic will have to stop and wait for them to march past. But they don't get the opportunity to take the authority to tell people to go a different way. Excuse me, mind if I ask you a question? Occupation. It says on the front, end Israeli occupation. What does occupation mean?
It means a group of people coming to another land.
No. In this example, when it says end
it means
Israeli occupation.
a free and sovereign state of Palestine for the Palestinian people.
So from the river to the sea, get rid of Israel. Israel to be no more.
Israel is a legitimate state.
In your opinion, yeah.
Well, obviously, in my opinion, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what it means, yeah? That's all I'm saying. That's what it means.
Yeah, it means a free and sovereign Palestinian state.
Thank you very much. Oh, as soon as you talk to somebody, their little bodyguards turn up. Don't speak, don't speak. We can't have you speaking to anybody. We're here to just cause disruption for everybody and to shout about our personal ideology. But don't speak to anybody. No speaking.
I just want to make a quick safety announcement before we finish off. So, as many might know, there's a far-right presence in town today. They started at 1:30 p.m. in St. Peter's Square, where there's about 100 fascists gathered. And they're going to gather again at 3 p.m. in Piccadilly Gardens. It's important that everyone heading home travels in groups and avoids these two locations of St. Peter's and Piccadilly Gardens. It's better to travel via Deansgate and try to avoid coming into contact with these groups. It's very important to travel to keep yourself safe. There is a counter demo starting at 2 PM in Piccadilly Gardens, so if anyone does want to go, some of us will be gathering over there by the edgewoodbook.com. We'll be travelling safely as a group there, but everyone else, please keep yourself safe and make sure you get home.
So that was the Palestine March here in Manchester. It was a bit bland, and I thought I'd try to make it a little bit more interesting by asking some people some questions. I'm not sure I succeeded that much in making it any more interesting. So, News Now Yorkshire and Street Hawk and myself, we are now heading up straight up to St Peter's Square, if we can find it. The lights have come on, but they're not moving in there, and they're coming. They're off. I don't know what the bomberos are heading for, but there's something going on up there somewhere. So
I'm going to restart. I'm going to dip in a shot. I'm going to stop for it.
So News Now Yorkshire has just said he's turning off his live stream. He's going to nip into a shop for a short break. In other words, get something to eat, which is exactly what I'm going to do at the same time. And we'll head up to the UKIP march. Oh, as the fascists of the left like to say, the fascists of the right march. Because of course anybody that knows anything about history of the fascist party knows that fascism is a left-wing doctrine. It's trade unionism, syndicalism from a nationalist basis. And for Mussolini, it had a philosophy of actualism alongside it, which is basically might is right. So yeah, Giovanni Gentile made it very clear. Fascism is the pinnacle of democracy. It's the pinnacle of left-wing, Marxist, socialist left-wing doctrine. So whenever anybody from the left calls you a fascist, you just smile at them and let them know that they're not very clever. He's got himself his little badge of not allowed. Oh well. It happens everywhere, all day, every day. And we're out of here from this one. And we'll be back in a different video with the UKIP march.